Greetings, brother and sister peacemakers. My name's Janet Stanley, and as an energy worker and transformational artist, I've been immersed in a conversation about peacemaking for quite some time. There are indigenous cultures who talk about stories that are cognizant, and they know when they're being told. And it feels to me like the conversation that we're engaging in over the next couple of months is a living conversation, a conversation that knows it's being engaged in. So whether you're listening in today on International Peace Day or you're listening to the recordings later, know that you're joining a circle of people who want to make a difference, people who are willing to be the change that's needed today in the world. I'm very excited about introducing you to one of my very favorite peacemakers, Mandaza Kandemwa, who's coming to us today, talking to us today all the way from Bulawayo, Zimbabwe. Mandaza is a gentle and powerful soul who feels to me like he embodies the essence of peacefulness. He's a powerful medicine man, he's a respected elder, and he's accepted the call of his ancestors to be a welcoming place for the spirits that work through him. This has not been an easy path, but it's a path that is so unique and needed in the world today. I had the honor and privilege of visiting Mandaza in his home in Bulawayo, and we were welcomed with surprising words. Welcome home. And I did feel at home in Bulawayo, to my surprise. I've also had the privilege of welcoming Mandaza home here in Innisfil, which was absolutely delightful. I trust that you're going to enjoy his words of wisdom. And here's Mandaza. Okay, welcome, Mandaza. I am so happy to see you. It feels like it's been a long time since I got to spend time with you. Thank you for being willing to share your ideas about peace with us. We're so ready to hear your words of wisdom, and I really want to welcome you. Our connections from all the way from Innisfil, Ontario to Zimbabwe. So we have to love technology, don't we? Allowing us to connect this way. Yeah. And we talked about maybe you could open our session today with a bit of a prayer or whatever you feel called to do.
We pray today for the healing of Mother Earth, for she is wounded terribly by us humans. We pray for the land that is again wounded by us humans, that the land for the good of mankind. Father, Mother, we do not forget to pray for our waters of the world that are not usable or drinkable anymore, because they are poisoned. May they be healed. We don't forget to pray for the animals, the birds, the trees that are being abused again by us humans. God, Mother, Father, hear our prayer. May we pay attention when the forests speak to us, when the homeless people speak to us, when the abused women and some men speak to us. May you hear and answer them. Mother, Father, may you enter the hearts of all the people who are listening to this message this evening. May they take that message seriously for peacemaking and healing. We pray in your name. We pray in the Holy of Holies. Mother, Father, hear and answer our prayer. Thank you, Ashe. Amen.
Thank you, Mandaza. That was beautiful. Thank you for bringing in all of our neighbors, as you say. We often Many of us remember peace when it comes to people, but we forget about the earth and all of our other creatures.
It's true, Mama.
Maybe we could start with you telling us a little bit about what it means to be a peacemaker to you today. We're gathering a lot of peacemakers to talk over the next couple of months.
Yes. Peacemaking sounds beautiful when we talk about it. When one is referred to as a peacemaker, different from that description. Peacemaking is carrying someone's pain in your heart and ask for peace and for healing for that particular person. Peacemaking is not only to be experienced by human world. When your body is thirsty, when your body needs rest, and you pay attention to those challenges felt by the body, you give it what it wants. That is healing, that is peacemaking we talk about. I see the flowers are not growing healthy, and I look for manure, and I water the peace receiver. If I was a peacemaker, I could have brought peace to the world already, Mama. My work is to pray for healing and pray for peace. When that prayer is answered, then I deliver the peace given to us. I'm a peace receiver. I am yet to see the United Nations. It could be our different governments. If they were peacemakers, they could have brought us peace already. But they are also peace receivers. I pray for peace to prevail on earth. That's my responsibility given to me by my ancestors and my Creator, to pray for peace, to pray for healing. If I see garbage on land, I pick up that garbage. I'm healing the land, Mama, and the land in turn will heal me and will make peace with me. This is how I look at this work that I have been given by my Creator and my ancestors. I look at peacemaking along those ways.
Okay. I remember when you were here about a year ago, we had people coming to see you who we recognized as peacemakers, and some of them were having a really rough time. And I remember you saying, if you're a peacemaker, don't expect to be surrounded by peace. And it made a lot of sense, didn't it? Otherwise, we wouldn't be needed.
It's very true, Mama. The peacemaker will only enjoy the peace after every creation is at peace.
Right.
Because the heart of a peacemaker or peace receiver collects a lot of suffering from around and beyond. And you, together with the trees, together with the mountains. So how can one be at peace when all other neighbors are not at peace at all? That's a true peacemaker or peace receiver. That's how they feel. I am yet to see a true peacemaker who is happy, who is free, enjoying the peace and the comfort of the world. I'm yet to see one. All of them are in pain.
It's a lot to hold, to be able to witness and see and not go into despair, not go into shutting down in some way, because that won't help, right? It won't help if we shut down. So how do you think, what are some ways those of us who are drawn to pray for peace and to to do what we can, how can we keep ourselves, I guess peace starts inside, doesn't it? To be peaceful in our own bodies and in our own hearts.
Like the English-speaking people say, charity begins at home. So peace-making and healing begins within you. Once the seed of peace and healing germinates in your heart, in your blood, in your bones, it will begin to spread. But how can a wounded person, a person who is going through rough times, deliver messages of comfort to other people?
Right.
It's impossible.
Right.
So we begin from you.
Right.
Yes.
There's a beautiful song that I don't know if you know it, but the lyrics go, "Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me." And that feels like what you're saying. Let it begin with me, with all the little decisions we make in a day. And I know when we've done water ceremony with you, you know, we start by cleaning up the beach. We start by taking care of the trash, and we start by, I guess, smudging and clearing the field so that we can be present to each other for what is.
Very true, Mama. Because if we are polluted in our hearts, we have anger, ego, wanting to control, wanting to be heard and seen, and you claim to be a peacemaker, a healer. It doesn't make sense at all.
Right. Right. It feels like it's about being gentle with yourself too. So we're not perfect, but we do the best we can each moment, and keep showing up and not giving up.
Very true. That is why you find those people who have been called by Spirit to pray for peace are in constant prayer.
Right.
Because there are many things that we are asked to pray for in this world.
Yeah.
Yes, we carry that heavy responsibility to live in the stories of pain. Once I go to pray for healing, for peace, I also get freed. But if I don't remember to pray for the wounded, I continue carrying that pain in my heart. So we are advised by Spirit to release that pain. We don't live in that pain at all.
Right. Yeah, it feels like when we stay in the painful stories, then we can't really make a big difference.
You can't.
So that's the paradox of being able to hold it and witness it with love and bless it and make prayers without stepping right into the story.
And when you mention this word love, again I look at that word, this great spirit of love and compassion says, when you have love in your heart, you begin to see yourself in the mountain. You begin to see yourself in that bird. The moment you begin to see yourself in other things around and beyond you, love is building up in your heart.
Yeah.
It's not just saying, I love this tree. Then I will take care of the tree the way I take care of myself. That's love Spirit is talking about here.
Love. And I just want to circle back to, you talked about that your ancestors and Spirit gave you this job as a peacemaker, that this is how it came to you. Could you tell us a little bit about the messages from ancestors and the roles that your ancestors play? It's such a big part of your life, and for many of us here in Canada anyway, we need to learn about our ancestors. We don't always feel the same connection as much as we might want to. So we're learning about that.
Yes. The message to the world from my ancestors when they chose me to do this work, do you see the people we are healing here? It was in a dream, in a vision. There were healings. Some other people were wounded.
Right.
They said, this person I'm healing, I want you to go and heal your enemy. It was clearly told to me. And I tried to look at who my enemies were, who my enemies are. I had no idea. Then they said, how is your relationship? They said, go and heal the land. How is your relationship with the people who oppress other peoples throughout the world? I said, it's terrible. They said, go and heal those people. This work, Mama, of healing, even my enemies, it's not easy. It needs patience. It needs to understand what we refer to as forgiveness and asking for forgiveness. That spirit that wants you to be a healer of your enemies takes you deeper into the meaning of love. So this is the responsibility given to me by my people. That is why when I'm traveling around the world, people who come to me, most of them are poor people who cannot give even a donation. I am never allowed, because they're in a problem. Their problem, because I love them, must be my problem. So I give my help.
And I have seen you do that many times, and you have a lot to give. And it's good because there are a lot of people coming to see you, right?
Exactly.
Now, you just mentioned that some of the messages come to you in dreams. So I know I was reading your book, The Village of the Water Spirits, the other day, and reminded me, in it you say, dreams are a language I know. That's the language you speak, is dreams. Would you like to share anything about that? Because that's not a language many of us are very good at.
Very true. Because the language of dreams and the visions, those are the languages of spirit.
Right.
A new world that is full of beautiful language, very powerful language of dreams and visions, Mama.
Yeah.
It's not only, in my case, it's not receiving, sleeping, or waking dreams and visions. I hear my spirits talk to me daytime like this, very clearly, and I even ask questions I did not understand, they repeat. So I communicate so powerfully with my spirits, and I love them. They don't. So the power of sleeping and waking dreams did not begin with the current generation of the world. If you read some of the ancient scripture books, the holy books, the history books, there were powerful people who communicated with greater power through sleeping and waking dreams and visions.
Right.
And the kings of that time would pay attention, Mama. So that key, that gift of that, using that kind of a language is still with us. It is going to be with the new generations to come. It's a language given, bestowed on humans by our Creator and our ancestors. I believe in dreams. I believe in visions. I believe in the body feelings. I communicate with my ancestors, with my Creator, through my body feelings as well. So that is how I work with these spirits.
And you've made your life very open to the spirit world, to the spirits. And you have more than one, right? You have several different, even nationalities. And how do they all get along in there?
And I've become a river on its way to the ocean. I flow with the river, Mama, and I have no challenges there. I go.
Right. I
become
remember you saying something that I really like is become an ocean that accepts all rivers.
Yes.
And you are an ocean.
Once you become that ocean that refuses no river, then you can heal anything, Mama.
Wow. That's very beautiful.
Yeah, it's never you say, I can heal, I can make peace. Once you do that, you disconnect yourself from spirit. It's always my spirits can do A, B, C, D through me. Through
you. As a channel, as an empty vessel. That's what they're talking about when we say become the hollow bone or the hollow reed, so that spirit can come through and do what needs to be done.
Exactly.
It feels like real peace would be like an ocean where all rivers can flow. Does that feel right to you?
Yes, because look at this, the ocean, even the polluted waters it will embrace. The waters from the rainwater it will embrace.
Right.
We humans are not like an ocean as yet. We still need to become an ocean. Yeah. Then peace on earth can prevail in a moment without the use of arms.
Yeah, we are definitely working.
It's very possible to bring world peace.
Well, I love hearing that. It's very possible to bring world peace. And
we don't need these arms of war. We don't need them. We don't need trained soldiers, policemen, you name it. You know, we don't need that. The presence of military people, police officers, prison officers, is a sign, Mama, that shows all is not well in human society. If all was well in human society, we would not need those people. We should be creating good, better jobs than being a soldier, you know, to develop our communities, to develop our nations peacefully, Mama. Is a sign that we have failed to bring order in the world.
I know that you've dedicated your life to doing your part. You've been a teacher in the past, and I know you care very much about children, and children feel like they're our future.
Very true, Mama.
Yeah.
Because if we want a better world, we must invest in children. Yeah, invest in children. Then we have a better future. Give them the right environment in which they are born and raised. An environment that is peaceful, that is full of love for one another, full of love for everything around and beyond them. Then we are investing in a peaceful future. But for now, we're even training our kids to manufacture arms of war in the form of toys, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are we saying to children? Preparing, we don't need that, Mama. That's why I love children of the world. Whether you're a Jewish child, Arab child, black child, white child, as long as they are children, I'm working for those kids myself.
Yeah. Thank you for doing that for all the children. That's so beautiful. So we talked a little bit about you are a dreamer, and you work with the plants, you work with the herbs, and that's part of your connection to the spirit world, isn't it? Working with the plants.
Yes, Mama, I work very closely plant medicines. Yeah, I used to dream of the plant medicines, but now I talk to the plant medicines, Mama.
You talk to the spirit of the plant directly. You've got a direct channel now.
Yes. Exactly. I
That's
no longer dream.
beautiful.
I just walk with nature and I see plant medicines everywhere around me.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
know. It's beautiful. And there are more people, it feels like in my world anyway, there are more people waking up to the spirit of the plants and the spirit of the
Yes,
water.
very true, Mama.
And speaking of the water, I know you have a very special relationship with water. Do you want to talk about that a little
Yeah,
bit?
that's what I used to say, that I got a very special relationship with water, not
Okay.
knowing what was coming for me. I'm special. My relationship is with everything now,
It's
everything
with
that.
everything. Right, right. It's all water now.
Exactly.
Right. And that's what kind of feels like that's the spirit of oneness, of peace, is seeing everything as sacred, everything as connected.
Yeah,
Inter-
we talk of one love, one people,
right, right.
side poems along those lines. We also have writers who write about that one love, one world. Do
Hmm.
we really know what we are talking about when you say one world, one love, and one people? Do we really understand?
Hmm.
Because to be one with everything is another story.
Yes. Yes. Well, it's when to be one with everything is to be one with the pollution, with everything, right? We can't, your enemies, like you started out saying, not just healing people we think are good or worthy, it's everything. It's all from the same place.
It's unbelievable, Mama, to hear people these days saying the best water to drink is the bottled water.
Oh,
My
yes.
question is, what has happened to
What has happened? Hmm.
the natural water? It was never polluted by the trees, that water, which is
No.
now undrinkable. It was never polluted by the mountains either.
Right. Right.
Human being,
Yeah.
that's the one that needs healing. That's the one that needs peacemaking.
Right.
The heart of human being, especially the mind of human being,
Right.
is too polluted. It's full of stuff that can never bring healing to this world.
Right.
Because we claim that we know everything. We are other birds. Spirit says there is no one creation that is more important than other creations. That's the spirit of love, the spirit of oneness. There is no one race that is more important, more special than other races.
Right.
Then there is no color of any human being that is more special and more important than other colors of other human beings. Because this great spirit is a spirit of unity, Mama. It's a spirit of diversity,
Right.
That great spirit wants to see variety.
Hmm.
Just visit your flower garden or vegetable garden at your backyard.
Right.
Different types of vegetables. And when you look at them, after watering them, look at how beautiful they are. We are like those flowers. No one flower can claim to be more important than other flowers.
Hmm. It's a beautiful image.
We are. If we truly, yes, heal ourselves inside here, we become the flower garden. We
Right.
become the Amazon jungles, beautiful, We become the beautiful desert together.
Hmm.
But we are not yet like those things.
Not yet.
Not yet, Mama. That's why Spirit is calling everyone to pay attention and heal yourselves. That's what she says.
Right.
Heal yourselves
Well,
and have peace and freedom, and celebrate in style.
that's beautiful. I know that you just
But
finished.
we are saying,
We're saying it's we've got some work to do. It's a ways to go yet to heal ourselves.
the purpose why human beings were put on earth to do the work of bringing order into this chaotic world today. Yes.
Okay.
That's why Buddha had to go and be in nature. He was being initiated by nature, Mama.
Yeah.
Yeah. People like Mahatma Gandhi, for example, get with the people to talk about bringing world peace. Nelson Mandela, Mama Winnie Mandela.
Yeah.
You see, Mother Mary, for example.
Yeah.
These great people have demonstrated to the world that peace can prevail on earth without the use of arms of war. They have.
Right.
You know, they have opened the channel. It's up to us now to take over and complete the job.
You just mentioned the notion of I think you said something about initiation, and it feels like for many people who are called to bring peace, they've gone through a kind of initiation, right, that has called them to the work. And it's usually not a really comfortable experience, is it, to be initiated?
I totally agree with you. Initiation takes many forms. There are initiations given directly by spirit, seeing the world with a different eye. You are going through that initiation by spirit itself. Having those sleepless nights, thinking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are going through profound initiation by spirit themselves.
Right.
Then there is a second level of initiation, which is to be offered by elders who have been in this field all their lives.
Right.
To the young people, those who are still being called. Train them, teach them how to work together with the spirit that is calling them. That's the second level of initiation.
So kind of accepting it, yielding to spirit, being in alignment, or being that open channel again, not being in resistance. Is that what you're talking about?
Very correct. Yeah.
Right.
So that you are no longer resistant, you are more than willing to do anything spirits want you to do.
Right. That doesn't sound easy.
It's not easy, Mama.
Was it easy for you when you started? I think I remember reading that it was a big challenge at first.
I resisted, Mama, for 15 years. I was quite a warrior of resistance.
And I think resistance was futile, wasn't it? There's no, because one spirit wants you to do something, you might as well.
Yes.
You might as well go with it. Right? Otherwise, you're going to suffer.
Yeah, you suffer more.
Yeah.
You suffer more, yes, that's true. And I did suffer for those 15 years. I will never want to go back to that 15 years period anymore.
No. Well, I'm glad that you accepted the call to align with spirit. We're so lucky to have you here.
Yes.
We are so lucky, and we're coming to, I think, a bit of a close. I just want to mention that you've just written a beautiful book called The World of Nature, and it's about all of these things we've been talking about, isn't it? It's about drawing attention to our relationship with the world of nature. And would you like to say anything about that book? I believe there's a lot of people waiting for it.
Yes. The book really focuses on human relationship with the land, with the skies, with the waters of the world. And remembering that the sky people is a world on its own. A world with communities in there. Exactly the same thing with the land. Mother Earth She's a world of her own. There are worlds within her. There are communities within her. So this book wants to take us to the universe spirits themselves, so that we allow them to speak to us. The book is also taking us into Mother Nature's world. All clearly stated in that book. It's not a book to read quickly. Sentence by sentence, take it in and pay attention to the message in every chapter, in every paragraph. It shows, it demonstrates the kind of relationship we have with the world of Mother. People will talk a lot about the love for Mother Nature, the love for this, the love for that. We don't really understand what we are talking about. That book will reveal its revelation of its kind. It has taken me many years to compile the information in that book, many years alone, until finally it was done. And then spirits found a team of people who wanted to contribute wholeheartedly, people like you and the team that is working on this book. Beautiful team indeed. I never asked them to do this. They were asked by Spirit to do this work together as a team. It's not a Mandaza thing. Alone. It's not like that at all. So this is what we're going to find in that book. It's a lot more. There are some activities that are to be done as you read through it. Yeah. Because learning by reading alone, you don't get it. You don't get much.
No.
But learning by doing, this is the command from Spirit. Let my people learn and by doing. Then we get it right. Okay. That's what I can say in brief about that book, Mama.
Yeah. Well, I can say that I helped work on it, and I learned a lot by just working with it and being with the material and dreaming about it at night. And so I'm so happy that it's going to be shared, and I'm so grateful to the spirits for finding a way to get it into the world.
Very true, Mama.
It's important at this time.
It is, Mama. This book, if you look at how people have been brought around it to work over it, it's bringing the true message that can bring world peace. Together, the true team of people who can see the vision of seeing world peace coming to this world. That is why this work cannot be done single-handed. It cannot be. Peacemaking cannot be done single-handed. Healing cannot be done single-handed. We need no matter what happens. It's work given to us not by the president of any country or by the prime minister of any country. It's work given to us by the Creator and through our ancestors. It must be done. We are students of this great spirit, Mama.
Yeah.
We are messengers of this great spirit, like the 12 disciples of Christ, the followers of Buddha. They were doing the work given to them by that great spirit, which is still working with us. It is the same spirit. So this is how I see what we are doing about this book and the teachings we are sharing every time.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you for, I want to show people what it's an electronic ebook at this time, but this is the cover. Exactly. And it's filled with beautiful images and words, and as you say, you really need to sit with it and contemplate the questions. it asks a lot of important questions that take time to live with for a while, for them to be able to come alive in us, I think.
Yes, Mama. I agree totally.
Beautiful.
Spirits were even involved in this book. They were involved, heavily involved, guiding us, showing us how to go about it. I'm happy we are going to celebrate very soon when the book is finally published.
Yes. Yes. It's coming.
And we can also sleep peacefully, maybe.
Oh, well, it's been, I hate to have to say goodbye, but it's probably about that time. Is there anything that you would really like to leave our listeners with, that one last thought or one prayer or something we should take into our daily lives that will help us become?
My last word that I may want to share with our dear brothers and sisters out there is the world needs peace. Not excluding human beings. When I say the world, I'm including everything. We badly need peace. Peace can take place tomorrow morning if only we become that ocean that refuses no river. We don't allow ourselves anymore to be pieces of a jigsaw puzzle. Let us create a puzzle that is workable, not pieces anymore. World peace will prevail without the use of arms of war. Thank you. That's my last message.
Thank you. So let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let it begin with each and every one of us.
Thank you, Mama. Exactly.
Thank you, Mandaza. I love you. Thank you. I love your beautiful family and honor you and your ancestors and all your spirits. Thank you so much for taking the time.
I cannot forget to pray for you people.
Aww.
I cannot.
You need that. Thank you. We are so blessed to have you in our lives. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Hello again. I hope you enjoyed that conversation with Mandaza Kandemwa. And I hope that you'll consider joining us for more conversations, which will be starting November 4th. And if you'd like to join us, there's a registration button you can click on below, and we look forward to seeing you there. I'm also starting a Facebook page where we can keep the conversation going until we come back online. So I hope that you'll join the Facebook page, register for the summit, and our online gathering of peacemakers and people interested in making a difference, and add your voice to the conversation. See you then.